I care so much about what others think about me. I've done it too much, and so, but I still care about that. But compared to before, it's getting so much better. And when I was thinking about like comparing myself to others, or or I care what others think about me, kind of these kind of things, I was like, but I am not here to be judged by others. That's what I thought. That's what I heard. So I wanted to talk about that, and I took a memo actually, but I took it in Japanese, so I need to translate. So maybe I will trip on words, but don't mind it. Yeah. So we're not here to be judged by others. We're here to do whatever we want to do, whatever you want to do, and we're here to be evaluated by ourselves, by yourself. It's not like I am saying, like thinking about that person or that people would think me like handsome or cute. It's not like I am saying that it is bad, but also that means you are like relying on others to decide good or bad in your life. So that means kind of like you are relying on external things to validate you, but in that state you are kind of overlooking your true value. I know that's how in this society it works. I know it's hard not to do it, but yourself is the best in your life. Like there's so many standards, or there's so many criteria on so many things, and that enables us to judge or like evaluate. I don't know the right word, but this person has it, so this person is above, and this person doesn't have it, so it's below average or something like that. It's easy to do it. I know, and our brain is naturally always comparing, and that's our brain do normally. And people who belongs to hierarchy, they create or make new standards to maintain their status based off their status. So that becomes new standard to like judge or evaluate people. Does that make sense? But I was like, it doesn't even matter. It's not like I am saying it's all bad or not, but it's just like I am done living like caring about these things. So I don't want to live to be judged by others. I'm just done with it. I'm just done living like that. I don't care. It doesn't matter. I don't care. I literally don't care. I don't care. People think that I'm handsome or ugly, or people think that I'm smart or not, or people think that I am successful or not. I don't care. I just don't care. I don't give a... I am not here to live like that. I am here to live for myself, and me myself is the first priority, but also I'm here to like be of service to people, so I just need to focus on how to like be of service to people, like not how I look or not how do I conceive. Oh my gosh, I am so having a hard time to translate. So this is my life, so I don't really care, and it doesn't define me. It cannot define me. And also, I'm not supposed to judge or evaluate anyone. What? It didn't make any sense. I hope that made sense. Maybe I'll cut that out part because it took so long and it didn't make any sense. But I just wanted to say, like, I was like, whenever I like, especially when I go out, even when I like waiting for traffic light to turn green, like there's so many pedestrians too, right, around me. And I was like, maybe normally I am always like caring what others think about me, so maybe I would think like that person over there across the street, maybe he or she is thinking that I'm ugly or something like that, you know. Maybe this person is thinking this or that about me. You know, I overthink about anything, everything, and yeah, that happens. Like when I go out, I don't go out often, but when I do, like, you know, there's like many people on the street all the time. It's busy, so yeah, when I'm in that environment, I always think about what others think about me, or, you know, what if this person think that I'm this or that, and like, you know, starting to not freak out, but kind of be fixated on the idea of like what I think that person or that people would think about me. But you know, to be honest, they don't even care, and they don't even remember, and they don't even know who I am. They don't even know my name. They don't even know where I am from. Probably they can tell. You know, obviously I'm Asian, so from somewhere in Asia. But I don't care. I just don't care. I'm just done. Like, you know, but whenever that happens, I would be like, I am not here to be judged by others. I just came here to, like, you know, live my life, do whatever I want to do whatever I'm called to do whatever my soul is yearning for, kind of like that. So every time I care what others think about me or these kind of stuff creep in my mind, I would be like, no, stop that. I'm not here to be judged by anyone but myself. And I came here to do what feels good to me. Right? I just came here to do me, not do others. You know, like I said in the memo, maybe I cut that part, so maybe I should just say that again. But there's so many like criteria or standards to, like, you know, judge or like evaluate people. You know, it's so easy to use that standard or criteria to, you know, this person is good, this person is bad, or this person has this, so it's above average, and they don't have this, so they're below average. Does that make sense? Like, you know, to kind of like not categorize people, but yeah, kind of like that. Does that make sense? And there's so many standards and criteria on this planet, in this reality, and but most of it is kind of like, I don't know who even makes these standards or criteria. You know, I sometimes wonder like who, especially beauty standard nowadays is kind of like crazy, and like you have to be robot or cyborg, you know, like you have to look perfect, you have to have this, that, and like, you know, perfect like personality or perfect looking appearance, I don't know, or perfect cars, perfect like houses, I don't know, perfect careers, I don't know. But you know, like there's so many like layers to filter people based off what they have in their lives. But you know, honestly, I get that, and especially if you are at the top, or you are belonging to higher hierarchy, you know, you wanna, once you get the fame, once you get the money, once you get like something good in your life, you have, like, you know, you wanna keep it at all costs, right? At all costs, right? Like you wanna keep it as long as possible. That's why, I don't know why I'm talking about this, but I feel like people at higher hierarchy, higher layer people, like creates or makes new standards, criteria to, you know, oh, this is really, really hard. to articulate. But I think what I truly like, the bottom line is just live your life. Like, that's it. I keep saying this all the time, but I feel like I don't know, there's so many stuff coming into my mind, and there's so many things I want to talk about. But especially I've been thinking about like social media, especially now recently. I don't know why, but I literally hate social media. There's nothing wrong people who like social media, or doing social media, because I'm also doing that. I'm posting my videos on YouTube and Instagram, so I am part of that community, I would say. But I just don't like it. Yeah. And social media made us really easy to like compare ourselves to others, and on social media it's kind of easy to fake things, I would say. But innocent people, or people who, including myself, sometimes people take like it personally on like things on social media, or take it seriously, even though a lot of things on the app are fake. Not necessarily everything, but there's so many, but I get that, there's like several systems to make money based off how many views you got. So there's like, I get that people like try really so hard to like get views, like at all costs, like just making up stuff to like doing crazy stuff, or making up stuff to get views, because that's kind of one choice to make money off of social media. So I get that, but it's kind of like, it's been excessive and it's getting out of the control. So I guess it's kind of toxic. And why am I talking about social media? But I think social media is the biggest platform that has such a huge impact on people who have internet connection in this world, right? So, but there's so many, what I want to talk about, I don't know, but I want people to just come back to themselves, and because there's so many, it's so gloomy. I would try my best to articulate this, but I feel like I always talk about this, but we cannot control external things, and things happen in our lives, and sometimes things get really harsh and hard in our lives, but it's also meant to happen, and you're meant to experience these. But we naturally compare ourselves to someone else. It could be your friend, or it could be people on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube, whatever, and kind of be negative. That's what I've been doing for the entire time, and especially when I was in dark place, I was doing that excessive, and I was like, why do I even be here? I don't deserve anything. I am not capable of achieving anything. And I was beating myself up, and I was always scared. I was very really insecure about myself. But the root of everything I went through, these like hardships or obstacles or challenges in my life in the past, was me not living my life. That is the biggest cause of everything. Maybe the universe or God is trying to lead me to lead me or guide me to go back to yourself, like prioritize yourself first, like myself first. And since I did that, like I made a big decision. I've already talked about this in older videos, so I don't get deep down into the topic, but I decided to do one big thing for myself for the first time in my life, just solely for myself. I listened to my inner voice for the first time in my life, and I made something really, really big decision for solely myself. And there's so many things have happened because of that. But now that I think about it, it was kind of like awakening thing for me. And now life is so much enjoyable and fun and exciting, and like joyful moment and miraculous things are happening in my life, and I am just flowing again. I was like going against the flow, but I realized and I learned I am not supposed to go against the flow. I am always supposed to go with the flow, because that's how it works in our lives. For me personally, based off my experience, I think so. Why am I even talking about this? I had a point. Yeah, going back to yourself first. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I was always living others' lives, I would say, because I always, like I said, I was always like caring what others think about me, or always caring what others first. I don't care about myself. I don't care what I think, what I felt, what I wanted to do. I didn't care. But the only thing I cared was others, like what they want to do, what they want me to do, what they want to feel, what they want me to do whatever they want to do. I don't know if that made sense, but yeah. But every time I do that, I don't know how to describe, but I had been feeling like there's like void in my heart, because I knew I am supposed to live my life, and I am supposed to, there's emotions here, there's thoughts here, there's like so many things are happening in my heart, in my soul, in my mind. But every time I choose others over myself, my my heart was like hurt. It was hurting myself. It was hurting my heart. It was almost telling me like I don't deserve to listen. It's kind of weird, but there's two-person me who always live for others, but there's also like part of me who watching me doing objectively. Does that make sense? Like there's two in me, and like I said, I was prioritizing others over myself. There's like inside of me was, I guess I could say inner child, I don't know. Inner child, kind of like hurt by that. It almost feels like that inner child was feeling like he doesn't deserve to be chosen by myself. Does that make sense? Like it kind of like saying, oh, you don't deserve it, I don't care about you, but I care about others, so I don't care about you. It was kind of like neglected. So of course I was insecure about myself. Of course I was beating myself, because every time I make decision for others, I neglected myself and I hurt myself. And I've always wanted to change that. I knew I was doing bad thing. It is a bad thing for me, for myself, to tell that I don't deserve my attention, I don't deserve my love, I don't deserve my time and energy. But it's crazy, because I am the only person who are always there, or always like with me, in me, for the entire time, till like from the time I born until the time I finish this journey. Yeah, but one time I realized the importance of prioritizing myself first, because this is my freaking life. It's kind of crazy to live for others, choosing others over yourself. I am just saying to myself, not to someone who is doing that right now, because everything happens for a reason, and people go through things in different timelines. So I realized it right now, and I stopped it, but there's still so many people are doing it like myself, like I used to, and I get that. But I just wanted to say, like, and I think it is bad for you, and there's so many people who are kind of feeling like what I used to feel. So I don't know, my point is all over the place, but I just wanted to say you're the only person who are there next to you 24/7, like from the exactly time you were born and till the moment you will end your journey on this planet. So at the end of the day, it's your choice to pick. It's your decision to make how you live your life. But I think from my experience, like prioritizing yourself that's crucial part of our lives. So going back to the topic, we're not here to be judged by others, but we're here to be evaluated by ourselves, by yourself. But I get that, even though like how much I talk about these things, maybe this could ignite something, or lights up something within you, but I cannot do that to all of you who are going through things like I used to and want to change it, but haven't been able to do it. But at the end of the day, like I've watched so many videos about like importance of like prioritizing yourself first, but I knew and I tried, but I couldn't change. So probably there's so many people out there watching this video who are thinking or feeling like I used to feel, like what I used to feel. It's so sad, and it's so draining, and it's so, for me personally, I felt like miserable, like how miserable I am not to choose myself over others, and I was beating myself up because of that, like for the entire time. And in my head there's so many things I want to do, and I know there's so many things that can change my life, and there's so many things I am supposed to do to change it, but I couldn't do it, and I was beating myself up, and I got more insecure by myself because of that. And that negative loop I was in, and I couldn't get out of it, and it was so dark and heavy and endless, because it's infinite loop unless you decide to change it, decide to take action for yourself. It was scary. It was so many things have happened, but now that I think about it, but without these things I wouldn't be even here talking to the camera. So literally everything happens for a reason. So I get that it's scary to do certain things, especially new things and something foreign to you, because it's kind of pushing you to get out of your comfort zone. So it's valid, and it's natural reaction to feel that way. But it doesn't have to be big decision, it doesn't have to be big action to change it. If you want to change it completely at once, then you might want to take big action, take big big leap to change it all at once. But it doesn't have to be that, and you don't need perfectionism. You know, you can change it slowly but steadily, slowly but steadily. My brain's not working, but as usual. But we're not here to be judged by others. Live your life, literally, truly. Since the time I decided to live my life, overall, everything is flowing, everything is effortless, things getting lighter, brighter, happier, funnier, enjoyable. Like, so many positive things have been happening since the time I decided to live my life for myself, not for others, for solely myself. So what I'm trying to say is, like I said before, at the end of the day, it's your choice to live. It's your decision to make how you want to live your life. But I'm just here to suggest or remind you that, like, living yourself, your life. But I'm pretty sure there's no one came here to live for someone else. They're here to, like, experience whatever they want to experience, whatever they want to experience. That's what I said. What? Whatever they want to accomplish, whatever they want to, like, whatever feelings they want to feel, you know, at the end of the day. So we're not here to live someone else's life, or, you know, like I'm saying, we're not here to be judged by others. You know, there's so many, like, you know, that just don't care. Social media is kind of like, people are going crazy, you know, getting out of control, excessive. They're, like, not everyone, but certain people are, like, interfering with others' lives too much. And, like, so many crazy people out there who are trying to kind of hurt. I don't know what they're up to, but they're kind of, like, trying to hurt someone else, people around them, or, you know, whoever they can hurt. I don't know, but maybe probably there's something, like, really, like, you know, heartbreaking, or something, like, really hard is happening for them in their lives. That's why they're kind of, like, doing that to defense, or kind of, like, to protect them from getting hurt. I don't know what I'm talking about, but whatever the reasons are, but it doesn't justify, but that doesn't make them be able to hurt someone else. Why am I talking about this? I don't know if it all been making sense. I hope so. But yeah, 40 minutes. So maybe I should wrap this up. So we are not here to judge by others. You know, there's so many standards, criteria to kind of, like, filter, or, you know, judge or evaluate people. You know, kind of, like, categorize people and decide whether this person is good or not. But everything, I don't care. It's just, I don't care. I'm done living for someone else's life. I'm here to do whatever I want to do, whatever I am called to do, and I am here to be of service to people on this planet, and I'm here to do what makes me feel good. Yeah, like, when I was watching this video, like, yesterday, it was like I had this idea of, like, everything happens in this reality is neutral, there's nothing good or bad, but it's just, you know, people, the one who are put emotions to it. And I also heard, like, I watched this video, this woman was talking about there's nothing wrong with anything in this, on this planet, but it's just vibrational frequency, vibrational resonance that decides whether that thing is good or bad for you. So when you get excited, when you get, like, you know, positive emotions to certain things, then that's maybe for you, because, you know, that resonates with your vibrational frequency. So that's why you're feeling excited, like positive feelings. But like, it's vice versa. So if you are feeling bad or feeling like not good, or like, you know, some kind of gloomy feelings, or, you know, negative emotions to something, then that's not meant for you. And you're here to just do like what feels good to you. So, you know, that's how you decide whether that thing is for you or not for you. Like, you know, vibrational resonance, that's the standard, how you see that thing is for you or not. I just wanted to talk about that. Maybe someone needs to hear this. But to wrap this up, we're not here to be judged by others. We're here to live our lives, to do whatever you want to do, whatever you are called to do, whatever you feel excited to do. Things put you in a good mood. That's how you see whether that thing is for you or not. Yeah, so just live your life. Yeah, I know it's easier said than done, and at the end of the day, everything happens for a reason. So even if you cannot change yourself right away, but it's also happening for a reason, because there are so many things you can learn from in that space, in that moment. So don't beat yourself up. Just go easy on yourself, and just go with the flow, and prioritize yourself first. No matter what, you matter in your life the most. So listen to your heart and do whatever you want to do, and start living your life. I know it's easier said than done, so just try slowly but steadily. Like, you know, slowly make a change. Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. Thank you so much for watching. If you are still watching this video, oh my gosh, are you kidding? You are awesome. I truly appreciate it. And I genuinely hope you have wonderful, awesome, like mystical, magical, wonderful morning, afternoon, lunchtime, evening, night, whenever you're watching this video. I will see you in the next one.